All right, I have purged the shop. I've cleaned everything up, vacuumed my equipment, most of it.
There is nothing wrong with your television set. Do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are controlling transmission. If we wish to make it louder, we will bring up the volume. If we wish to make it softer, we will tune it to a whisper.
All right, I've put the 2 bolts in it. They're not completely flush, but close enough. And now I'm drilling a pilot hole on this side. I've got it up on blocks right now because the bolts stick out of the ways. I'll trim those off after I flip it next time. I'm drilling a pilot hole. As you can see, there's a small centering hole from the Forstner bit. And now I'm drilling about an 1/8 inch hole down the middle of that. And I'll work my way up to the right size to the bolt. If I jump in there too early with a big bit, it's going to knock it off center. I'm more than likely going to require a little hand chiseling in here. See how there's a crown on that? Kind of cupped in the back. Yeah, that one's off center. Shoot, that one's off center. Okay, so let me rotate it. Yeah, okay. So there's a certain way these things fit in, because the shaft is not centered either. Well, that worked out reasonably well. I was able to flush them out pretty well. I can sand the wood down a little bit if I need to. They're just sunk just a tiny little bit, but you know what? I'm going to be doing a bunch of clear coats on this, so it'll probably be okay. Just clear coat over them. Wow, okay, finally all 18 bolts are in. Most hand carved with the chisel around, you know, because the pin wasn't centered or my hole wasn't perfectly centered, just drilling by hand. Anyway, all right, I guess I need to flip it back over, put some legs on it. Probably have to call my neighbor over here to help me lift it now. It's pretty doggone heavy. Okay, I flipped the table over. I cut off all the extra bolts with a Sawzall. I hit them with a grinder to get the burrs off of it. I set up my Craig pocket hole jig, and I drilled some pocket holes, and I got the first leg installed. I put a bunch of glue under it and got it screwed down with 4 screws from each side. I think I might actually make some glue strips for the bottom of it, just some triangles to help reinforce it a little bit, because there's going to be a lot of weight on this thing. But the first leg is installed. Okay, there it is. The legs are on. Let this glue set up. They're pretty square too, so I'm not going to put any weight on them just yet. I'll let that glue set up overnight, maybe even longer. And put some glue strips on it, I think. Some glue blocks. Just give them a little added strength.